Well, I'm now joined by Juame Miquel, who is the CEO of Tendam. At the opening of the World Retail Congress, you addressed everybody in the presence of the Prime Minister of Spain. You talked about the importance of innovation and change in retail today. Tell us a little bit about why.
I think that's the question. I think why. I don't like the word transformation, because transformation is where you are having one starting point and when you have a point that ends, and like the Transformers from Lego. And I don't think this is the case. I think we are basically in a continuous change, continuous. And this means that there is certain rules that they have become new. Okay? New meaning that, 5-6 years ago, the pure players on digital, they were saying that brick and mortar will die. Okay? And now we are seeing that those players, they are buying chains.
Yes, there's a nice irony in that, isn't there?
Well, that's this comes to another point, but then and I will come back later. And then you have another thing, which is basically people that we are the traditionals, that we are starting to have very good ratios, also in terms of funnel optimization and in terms of profitability on the digital side. So things are starting to be mixed, and you see things like, business like the big hypermarkets in the past, that they are starting to have, convenience commodity stores in neighborhoods. So I would think everything is mixed. What to me remains as an axioma, if you want, it's the importance of access to consumer. Maybe in the past it was done in a way, now it's starting to be done in a different way, but at the end of the day, how can we access to the consumer more quicker, more efficient? So that's one element. The second one that it's remaining, it's which is your role within the market? What do you bring to the party? Which is your positioning? Why do you need to buy? So the positioning, and is
that getting more important now to actually really get much tighter in terms of what is your role? What's your value to the customer? Where are you in their lives? I think
honestly, this is number one thing. If you are bringing nothing to the party, there's too many people already. So I think that the positioning, and if we're talking about fashion, I think there is opportunities to really have a niche that it's strong and wide enough. In our case, and everyone has to decide where, and this has to be related also to your business model and have credibility, because the client is so smart, and it smells so easy when you are lying or trying to lie. So you have to be, you have to be truth with yourself. In our case, we understand that the fashion world it has like 5 blocks. One block it's luxury, the second one it's affordable luxury, the third one it's premium, the fourth one is fast fashion, and the fifth it's value. Okay, and we believe that there is a big opportunity within the premium side, because at the end of the day, you take a woman's dress average selling price in affordable luxury, it's between 200 to 150 euros, and in the case of fast fashion, and it's on the range of 25 to 45. In between those 2 blocks, it's a big amount. And I think one of the beauties of the group is that there is not many players that they are vertical, that they are multi-brand, and that they are international, that they are playing on that segment. And we believe this could be one of the growing segments in the coming years.
Some people have said that fashion, in a sense, is all about your ability to pick the right colour, get it in the stores at the right time, and you're as good as the last season.
Yeah.
There's more to it than that. What role does the brand actually play?
Yeah. I think this is a way to simplify too much. Probably it's like simplifying that to have a long and healthy marriage is just having passion. No, probably there is other things on that.
Now you tell me.
No, I think it's other things on that. I think positioning is first. That's one. Positioning in the way that where do I want to be, why customer will choose myself, in which categories do I want to become a reference. I think those are key questions. Okay, which competitor do I want to beat in every category? That's an important question. So I think that's purely strategic about that. Okay, then you have to be color right, and you have to be fashion right to what your consumer wants, because not all the consumers are the same. There's consumers that they are more fashion victims, there are other consumers that they are more conservative, and you have to choose exactly where you want to play and trying to be loyal to your customer. And that's, so I think, fortunately, the market is big. Fortunately, consumers are different. And then just you need to make decisions about where do you want to be. And with those, you have to be the ones that are able to serve better than the rest. And then you have to have process to decrease volatility. And you need to have a KPI criteria. So, I mean, fashion, it's fashion business. And from that you need art, but you need also one part of strategy, another part about efficiency in operations. Okay? So this is not just arty world.
And the role of the brand in all of this?
I think the brand takes a central role in that. Because at the end of the day, it's the point of engagement with customers. And it's the point where you have loyalty that has an impact, not for one season or 2 seasons. The importance of brand, values, and emotional engagements allows you to have a customer, even if during one season you have been not right with the color.
Exactly,
Okay?
yes.
And that's a point that decreases volatility and increases the value of the company, looking forward.
Now, you're at the top of a massive group. You have lots of calls on your time, on the capital that you have in the business, the priorities. How do you, as the leader, define the priorities?
I think one thing that I'm lucky, if you want, is that we have a management team that is fully aligned with also my view about the role of the brand, the role of the company. We have near renewed the executive committee with people that it's senior. And then if you hire people senior, you have 2 options. I mean, one which is wrong option, trying to change mind of a senior guy, no way, or trying to find people that shares your point of view about how to do business, how to serve the client, how to build brands. And I think I have the luxury to have one management team that is fully aligned, same as per the board, and this helps a lot. From that, I think we have been trying to listen the market a lot, trying to understand what are the challenges of the industry, and from that, building the strategy. And I think we have done that in harmony, from board, executive team, and the rest of the company. And this has been probably number 1 reason to be able to go fast executing strategies.
There's a lot of talk at the Congress, outside of the Congress, in the press, about the relationship between physical and virtual.
Yeah.
What's your perspective now? Operating in both.
I think that basically the barriers, the limits, are starting to be eliminated. At the end of the day, I think we need to think on consumer. What consumer wants is a product. What consumer wants is a product as soon as possible. Okay? And then what we need to think is how can we serve him in a way that is efficient. And if you think that way, the convergency, comes along. Okay? So I think we need to think less in silos, and we need to think much more on how can we access better, quicker, and more efficiently.
And finally, to sum up, do you think the future of retail is good, or the future of retail? Will you be sleeping well at night tonight?
No, the concept of sleeping, you have plenty of things, and I have 3 kids, and then sleeping gets different, and I have one boy of 4.5, so then the sleep concept it's different. But I think the future is fantastic. You know, it's richness. You have certain regions where the demographics, the pyramid of population will get inverse. There is others that will be booming on young generations. This is great. You have a world where the relationship in between physical store and digital will be evolving. So honestly, it's great to have a future where business as usual will not exist anymore. And that's intellectually challenging. And this is also a way to question seriously the position of people. It will be companies that maybe it was fantastic 5 years ago, that today are top, and depending on that, everything, the puzzle will change. And this is great. And this is why I'm passionate on that business, because it's continuously evolving. If not, it will be boring.
Well, on that challenging but very positive note, thank you very much indeed.
Pleasure. Thanks very much, David. Thank you.
Thank you very much indeed for watching. If you've enjoyed this, there's plenty more. All you need to do to make sure that you get the latest videos when they're released is just push this subscribe button to subscribe to our YouTube channel.